doing these quarter reps. Once you hit that quarter mark is really where you're probably just starting to feel tension in your quads. But really what we're trying to do is achieve as much knee flexion as possible. When I say knee flexion, think slamming your hamstrings against your calves. So when you're at the top position, using that moment arm, that line, that moment arm isn't very big, saying there's not a lot of load on the quad. Versus when you're at the bottom of a squat, that line's a lot longer. Now this is saying, okay, now there's actual load on the quad. You're actually placing load on the muscle we're trying to work. I want to go through a few different things that's going to help with your mobility of your squats. Again, when we're thinking of mobility of the squats, there's a few things we're looking for. You want to improve your ankle mobility, and I do want to give you a drill that you guys can do to help strengthen your hip abductors, and then one that kind of pairs them both together. And this should help just improve your range of motion of your squat. These are drills that I would try and do every day if possible, just to really help improve your mobility inside and outside of the gym. Now, if you want me to do a routine where you just follow along, just let me know in the comment section. Again, I just want my page to be useful. So you think if I just did a whole program, reps, sets, time, and you just followed along with me, like I said, leave in the comments below and I'll make it happen. So this first one, we're going to deal with your ankle mobility, which is very important for protecting your knee and improving your squat mobility. So I want you to just find a bench or a platform. Keep that foot flat at all times. Push that knee out. And again, we're thinking butt to ankle. And you're trying to sit as deep as you can once you notice your heels are not coming up. So you want to be able to push right in and keep that knee out, think knee over your toe. And then hopefully, even over time, you can grab the bench and really pull into it. You want to try and feel a stretch right down here on the bottom of your ankle and just sit right in it. Sometimes people's ankles are so tight, they'll come here, push forward, and this is as far as they can get. What I would suggest, put it on a slight incline. This is just going to help push your foot back so you'll be able to get a little bit more stretch. Find a position that's comfortable for you. I would start a little higher up and then do that same thing. Feet flat, knees out, and try and push right into it as deep as you can until you feel that stretch on the bottom of your ankle. Try and hold and sit right into it deep. Now, if you're using these to help grow your glutes, you're absolutely wasting your time. But I always recommend you do use them to help strengthen your hip abductors, your gluteus medius, your gluteus minimus. Those are a lot to do with stabilizing and protecting the knee. So what you could do, take this knee and just drive it into the ground. And then with this knee, keeping your feet together, you just want to try and spread that band as much as possible, feeling that glute, the side of your butt, having to stabilize that band and resist it as it comes down. And then push through it again. Slight pause, feeling that contraction, really trying to spread it. And then resist that pull from it coming in. And then pushing out. So this mobility drill is a good combination of the two. We're going to hold on to start. Still thinking feet flat, knees out. So you should feel those abductors engaged. And again, we're thinking neutral spine. Walk knee over toe, butt to ankle, and you're going to sit as deep as you can. Hopefully over time, you'll be able to sit right down, driving those knees out, and then pushing your butt right to your ankle, and then try and hold this position. And then as you're coming up, still thinking your core, still keep that posture. Walk up slow, drive those knees out, hold. Walk up a little higher, drive those knees out, hold, and right to the top. Then once this becomes easy, what I want you to be able to do, step away from it. Now you can do this again. The next stage will probably be your body weight, and then you can even hold a plate to really force you down, but be able to do the same thing. Then hold, and then come up. Bonus tip. So if you notice your mobility is really bad, or you just want to improve your mobility during the squats, you can get some squat wedges. If you don't have squat wedges, you can just use some plates. And you want to put your heel on the plates. What this does is it allows your body to go into more dorsiflexion, which is going to improve your range of motion. So if it's something where you're working up just improving your mobility, you can probably figure out a way to stack up certain plates, or if you have wedges, they usually comes in certain levels. So, as your mobility improves, you can lower the level. But like I said, this will just be beneficial to improve your range of motion generally. So again, you want to make sure your heels are elevated, and then you just perform the squat as normal. Make sure you can still feel your toes and heels, knees out, core tight, and then just drive right down into the squat and drive right up. So that was the last thing for today. Again, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. I hope you learned something you can take into your training to improve it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.